Good morning and welcome to Morning Bro, your July 30th sports update. On today's show, first in athletics, Australian distance runner Rose Davies becomes the first woman from her country to win Commonwealth Games gold in the 10,000 meters, charging past Kenya's Diana Wanza down the final stretch. Second, in athletics, Olympic javelin champion Neeraj Chopra punches his ticket to the final with a solid qualification performance. Third, in cycling, the track velodrome roars to life in Glasgow with team sprints and Karen Racing delivering quick-fire drama across the first day. Fourth, in athletics, the men's decathlon kicks off its two-day grind with 4 disciplines in the morning and the finale to come Friday. And finally, in tennis, top seed Alex de Minaur advances at the Mubadala DC Open in Washington. Must-watch video highlights are in the show notes for the major moments. Before we get into it, the full write-up and every video highlight are free to subscribers at morningbro.substack.com. Let's get into it. First up, athletics at the Commonwealth Games and Rose Davies charging into Australian history. Australia's Rose Davies just became the first Australian woman to win Commonwealth Games gold in the 10,000 meters, and the way she did it was textbook distance running brilliance. Kenya's Diana Wanza controlled the race for most of the distance, pushing hard and holding the lead as the pack chased. But with 2 laps to go, Davies made her move. She surged past Wanza as the crowd at Scotstoun roared. Davies crossed in 31:39.32, winning by over 10 seconds with Rwanda's Florence Niyonkuru taking bronze. For the Newcastle runner, it was a breakthrough moment on the global stage. For Australian athletics, it was the ceiling breaker they needed. Next, athletics, and Neeraj Chopra opening his Commonwealth Games bid in the javelin. India's Olympic champion Neeraj Chopra fired in a solid qualification performance in the men's javelin throw on Thursday morning, throwing 76.28 meters in his opening effort. Chopra is hunting for his second Commonwealth Games gold medal. His first came at Gold Coast 2018 with a throw of 86.47 meters. He's sharp right now after breaking the world record just weeks ago at a Diamond League meet in London. The final comes Friday evening, where he faces Pakistan's Arshad Nadeem and Sri Lanka's Rumesh Tharanga in what shapes as a 3-way duel for the title. Moving on to cycling, and the velodrome exploding with track action in Glasgow. Cycling's track events roared onto the Commonwealth Games schedule Thursday, with 7 gold medals awarded at the Sir Chris Hoy Velodrome on the opening day. The men's team sprint brought the noise. Sprinters from across the Commonwealth traded positions in the hypnotic 3-lap format, where margins are measured in hundredths of a second. The Karen also contested its semi-finals and finals, a thrilling sprint discipline where pacing is everything. Wales's Emma Finucane, the Olympic champion from Paris 2024, carries the favourites' mantle into the team sprint, part of a field loaded with international talent. Back to athletics now, the men's decathlon kicking off its 2-day grind. The men's decathlon fired up on the Scotstoun track Thursday morning, with athletes contesting the first 4 disciplines: 100 meters, long jump, shot put, and high jump, before Friday's 1,500 meters finale determines the crown. The decathlon remains one of sport's most punishing tests, a 2-day gauntlet that separates the all-around from the specialists. India's Tejaswin Shankar anchored the Indian charge in the competition, balancing his strength in sprinting and jumping against the endurance demands of the back half. And finally, tennis in Washington, where de Minaur makes his statement. The Mubadala DC Open in Washington, D.C. saw top seed Alex de Minaur of Australia advanced through his opening match with a straight-sets victory over Greek rival Stefanos Tsitsipas. Third seed Taylor Fritz and fourth seed Lorenzo Musetti also moved into the next round, carving out positions in what is shaping as a deep draw. The hard-court tournament serves as a crucial tune-up for the back half of summer competition. And before we go, yesterday's answer. Duncan Scott first won a Commonwealth Games medal at Gold Coast 2018, competing at his debut Commonwealth Games and establishing himself as one of the sport's elite swimmers in the 200-meter individual medley and freestyle events. Now for today's question. Rose Davies just became the first Australian woman to win Commonwealth Games gold in the 10,000 meters with her time of 31:39.32. But which country has won the most women's 10,000-meter gold medals across all Commonwealth Games history? Be the first to reply with the right answer for the bragging rights, and I'll have the answer for you tomorrow. Thanks for listening. The full write-up and show notes are at morningbro.substack.com. See you tomorrow morning.